Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Tyrone back with Tech Life. And recently, At&T has been announcing some very big changes coming to the company. And those changes consist of layoffs of thousands of workers and shutting down at least 250 stores. And those stores will include Cricket-owned stores and some of their corporate locations around the nation. Now, the reason I made this video today, I wanted to see if you guys think these changes are necessary or are changes within the management needed more so than actually cutting all of the workforce. Now, I think based on the big purchases that Randall Stevenson made and the losses they've taken, I think these changes are necessary that Stanky has to make. So he's going to look like the bad guy, especially right now during a pandemic. And the union, the CWA union, of course, has voiced their opinion. And they have also said that it really looks bad right now, you cutting off this many employees during a pandemic that now also will have to file for unemployment and such. Now, I personally think management needs to be cleared out from top to bottom, not just the CEO position, but they need a whole different structural change. The board members and the Elliott Management Group are asking them to cut pricing to compete better. So, of course, at that point, you got to make cuts elsewhere to grant those price cuts. So they're cutting stores. In a lot of areas, they probably have a lot of redundant stores where they've lost market share or they're not as aggressively competing in that market. Not necessarily that the price point isn't there or the plans aren't as aggressive. It's just T-Mobile and Verizon have more market share in those areas, and they could probably cut a couple of stores here and there. Here in El Paso, I don't think they'll cut any stores. They don't have that many to begin with because their market share has been low the entire years. The past few years, their market share hasn't been that high to begin with. T-Mobile has pretty much owned this market in that regard, so I don't see them cutting any stores. But I do see them cutting employees that the stores can have. And I think that'll happen across the nation. So let's say a store was granted 12 employees in the past. Now that store can only have 7. When I used to be a store manager for Radio Shack, we were given a total amount of hours per month to equally push out between all the employees. And of course, the ones that were full-time got their full-time hours first, and then whatever was left, the part-time employees got it. And I think that's how they're going to do it here. Of course, for the holiday seasons and such, we were granted more hours. That's when we were able to hire temporary workers, seasonal workers, I think is what they call them. And I think AT&T will have to maybe do something similar at some of the stores or just probably pay overtime. But again, I think structural changes are needed within the management. People are saying, analysts are saying HBO Max is off to a rocky start. We all know about the disaster that DirecTV has become. It's still making the company money, but they're losing millions and millions of customers per quarter. So that's not a good look. And Elliott Management is not really fond of that. And we've seen earlier in the video that I made that T-Mobile is looking to grow again. They've recovered the fastest, it seems, on the retail level, and they're looking to gain between 800,000 to 900,000 customers in Q2. So that's big. That's big. That's going to put AT&T on notice. AT&T right now, a lot of their products are confusing, so they need to consolidate, in my opinion. I think they need to consolidate HBO Max and Watch TV. I think the Watch TV content, the live content, needs to go into the HBO Max, in my opinion. They need to get rid of HBO Now and HBO Go, get that out the window, and then just proceed with home broadband, wireless, AT&T TV, and HBO Max. I think they need to get rid of DirecTV. I think that's lost cause. I don't think they should have bought that to begin with. The traditional TV side has already been losing customers. Cord cutters are going to streaming services now. So I think DirecTV needs to go. And in the next couple of months, I think we'll hear more about the sale of DirecTV. I think Dish Network will more than likely purchase it when that happens. But Again, who knows what'll happen, but I think DirecTV needs to go. HBO Max needs to be consolidated. They need to do some software tweaks to AT&T TV to make that better. Home broadband, once and for all, the entire DSL copper that needs to be converted to fiber. I think they need to push that. Or if they have the DSL in the areas, I think it needs to be pushed to the highest speed that it can possibly go to give the consumer the best possible experience. Right now, streaming is heavy. We're talking HBO Max going to 4K, AT&T TV pushing 4K. Games are doing 4K downloads, bigger file sizes. So we need faster speeds because family homes consist of 2, 3, 4 people that are streaming at once. 50 megabits per second just isn't going to cut it anymore in this day and age. And as much as we don't like it, that's just a fact. And I think they need to push the limit to at least 100 starting and then push it higher and higher wherever it's needed. They need to push fiber as fast as they can. Here in El Paso, they've been slacking on the fiber. There's only a certain amount of apartments that have it. They have AT&T services, but AT&T just hasn't gotten around to upgrading it to fiber. So I think that needs to change, and they need to get more aggressive on that. I think the wireless is the best that it's going to be right now. I don't think much more changes are coming to that. I think it's only going to get better. Can't get any worse. Plan changes are still in the works, as I mentioned in my previous videos, so be on the lookout for that. But I told you guys a couple of months back, there are changes coming to AT&T. Of course, a lot of them I can't say publicly, but you guys have seen a CEO change. I guess that's a start. I still believe there needs to be more changed within the company in terms of management from top to bottom. And then they need to, like I said, consolidate, look at getting rid of DirecTV, pay down the debt, get the wireless running. FirstNet is doing great. They're pushing the coverage expansion to match Verizon's. So I think on the wireless, I think they got the ball rolling. I don't think there's much more they need to do there. Great deals on the phones, $700-800 trading credits. And so I think that's great. But I still think Elliott management and the board members are going to want more. The investors, everybody's going to want more. And I think AT&T will have to deliver once T-Mobile really gets the ball rolling and they start really pushing aggressive marketing once that extra additional capacity is pushed out and they start pushing the TV and the home broadband. So again, let me know what you think about this in the comment section down below. Do you think this was necessary for AT&T to abruptly just cut all those jobs? Do you think they could have kept them a couple of more months? Who knows? Voice your opinion in the comment section down below. I look forward to reading it. If you are new to the channel, make sure you like, share, subscribe. Also hit the notification bell. If you are new to the channel, if you have been on the channel, you can go ahead and end the video now. But if you are new, make sure to follow my Twitter. I do post the videos on there as well, so you guys have a second option to see when the videos go live. Push notifications on Twitter, turn that on, and they will notify you as soon as the video is pushed out on Twitter. And this is Tyrone with Tech Life, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.